Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. We are from Group 7. We'll present about project initiation document, which is our shoot studio number height. So here our group member, which is consists of 7 person, which is Fatim Farhana, Atina Sofia, Nur Kamarina, Anis Melissa, Muhammad Faris, Nur Sabrina and Suganti. I will explain about the executive summary in this project. Our shoot studio number height is a professional photography studio that is located in City Alam. The services that our shoot number height will offer are school portrait, senior graduation portrait, family portrait, wedding portrait. It is owned by Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Yunus, a professional photographer. We have decided to open a retail location to expand our services offerings. Next, company profile. Our shoot studio number height bring a meaning of nature business of our company, which is provide photography services to all the people. The nature of business of our company will specialize in photographing students, graduates, families, and weddings. Our vision are making memories, telling your stories through quality professional photography, lasting for a generation to come. However, for our mission, it provides understanding services and enjoyable experience in front of the camera as well as photographs you will love. Core value of our company are about the quality, integrity, respect, and excellence, and also dependability and trust. So here are the maps and location that can help the visitors to come to our company. So here are our company logo that the color in the logo bring a unique meaning. Next, organization chart that consists of 7 departments, which is the first one is Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officers, Manager, Marketing Manager, Marketing Director, Finance Director, and Human Resource Director, and also Admin Director. Next, for the project background, we have assigned our project to the name of photography contest and exhibition and located at the Mid Valley Exhibition Center. We will release the poster yearly to give participants 1 week to complete a photo shoot based on the theme. After the competition, all collection that has been snapped by all participants will be shown off on the day. Project objective and desired outcome. Firstly, I will talk about the project objective, which is the first one is encourage society to conserve natural resources and value the environment, to promote and expand our business inside and outside the country, and to create environmental awareness for society and the economy. However, for the desired outcome, our shoot students number height main desired outcome is visitor satisfaction and success with our services, to provide guidance for shaping the overall program from planning to the tentative and implementation.
I will continue presenting about the project detail. In the project detail consists about the event location, which is for the photography competition and the exhibition. It will take place at the Mid Valley Exhibition Center, which is located at the Mid Valley Mega Mall. The place of the competition and exhibition is not far from our company office, since it is about 31 kilometers away. The areas has been chosen based on its strategic location for us to expose the event, since the place is central and accessibility for the visitor who always go shopping. It has the potential to attract a significant thousands of people every day. Since it has 3 hall to be rented, we only rent 1 hall for us to do the events. Furthermore, provide a large parking place areas that will make it easy for the visitors and participants to find the places. Due to its huge size and open space, it will be well suited for the event with a large attendance. Next slide is consists about we estimate our participant to be 50 and 650 visitors in 1 day in the competition. Then we will provide a t-shirt, lanyard, and booth bed and tent to the contestant. The contestant will be from other states and with a various qualification background. Also, there will be no restriction for those who have qualification in a photography background. So it's open to all who are interested in showing their talent in photo. The next slide is about a special ceremony. For the opening ceremony, we will invited famous host and artist, which is Sherry Al-Haddad. Opening ceremony will begin Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Yunus, our Chief Executive Officer of our shoot studio, giving a welcome talk to the contestant, and our special guest has been sponsoring our event to be entertained. Not to forget, we introduced our professional judges that will evaluate the contestant value. After that, the MC will briefly explain the competition, and there will be an exhibition after the competition. The MC will always entertain the contestant and the visitor. For the closing ceremony, it is begin with the MC exposed with a slideshow of photos from the competition event. The MC will again invite the Chief Executive Officer to the stage to reveal the winner of the photography competition. He will provide the cash prize and souvenir that has been promised in the advertisement to each contestant. We also invite a live show band that will be singing a performance by Akim and the magician. The MC will provide a simple consolation to the invited artists for the making our ceremony live. Lastly, the Chief Executive Officer will deliver a short speech to conclude the event formally. This slide is about food and beverage. We also provide a representative from the stall to prepare the food and drink that include breakfast, lunch, and high tea for all who join the event. Besides, we will make a reservation with the food owner about 1 week earlier so that there will be no issue regarding foods. As you can see, these are the list price of the menu order from the affordable shop. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
As for highlighted events and activities, the first one is registration and security check to make sure the participants already registered through Google Form and ensure all the equipments are safe without any prohibited equipment. Next is briefing session where the participants will be split into 2 groups according to the name list and to prepare their exhibition according to their creativity. Last one is competition and exhibition. Throughout the exhibition, there will be judges who will observe each of the participants and evaluate their photo outcomes in the evaluation form. Competition procedure will be start with application through Google Form, followed by registration day, competition and exhibition, evaluation by the judges, and the last one is announcement of the winners. Theme for this photography competition is beauty of nature. Through this competition, the participants can express their artwork in many ways by capturing the scenes of animal life, plant life, and wild creatures. Some of the rules and regulations are application will be accepted between 31st July until 6 August 2022. Payment for participant fee must be made after the application. Only photos taken with digital cameras will be accepted and photos should be original. Marks given by the judges will be not disclosed to the participants. For the competition format, the first phase is registration. Participants will confirm their attendance and registrations on the competition day and have to go through the security check. Second phase is competition and exhibition. Every participant is encouraged to present their photo outcomes to the judges that came from different backgrounds of photography. Third phase is evaluation. The judges will fill in their marks in the evaluation form based on the judgment and criteria. Now I will show you our floor plan. This is the original floor plan of the exhibition center located at Mid Valley Exhibition Center, Kuala Lumpur. While here is the Hall 1 floor plan for the competition and exhibitions will be held. This is the registration counter for the participants to register their attendance and go through the security check. This will be the competition room where everyone will gather for the opening ceremony and closing ceremony. This is the exhibition room where the participants will exhibit their artworks according to their creativity. And this is the meeting room for the judges to gather and discuss the competition.
Now I'm going to explain about the design and the promotion tools that we use for this event. The first thing is a streamer. This streamer we will keep in front of the center. In this streamer we include some information about this photography event, which we include the slogan of our studio and also the venue, time and date when the event going to happen. And next is banner. We also include the same information that's have in the streamer. And the third promotional tool that we use is backdrop design. This design is mainly designed for those who interest to click a picture, so this event could be the memorable day for them. Next is poster. This poster is mainly for contestants. In this poster, we include QR code for those who interest to participate in this competition, and we also include the cash prize for the winners. And next is we include the theme of this competition, which is beauty of nature. So competition need to take a picture based on that. Next promotional design is pamphlet. This pamphlets is mainly for people who are attending for this exhibition, so we include vision, mission and the slogan of our studio, so they could be know about our studio better. The next is lanyard and t-shirt. We designing some lanyards and t-shirt for contestants and facilitators too. The last is poster for mainly facilitators. We need almost 20 facilitators for this event. So we are providing them the free t-shirt and lanyard, and also we are giving RM10 per hour for them.
I will present the judges. We have invited 3 judges to evaluate the artwork of the participant, which are Kit Chan as a co-founder of the Kit Chan Studio, Andrew Ng founded a Glance Photography Studio, and Jackie Wong that coordinate between 2 photography styles, which are pre-wedding with romance and portrait photography. Next is competition prize. We have provided a prize for the top 3 winners in terms of cash prize, certificate, equipment, camera, plug and hamper. And for the top 10 best winner, we have provided cash, hamper and certificate. Next is a program tentative. The registration for the participants start at 8:30 a.m. At 10 a.m. is an opening ceremony. At 10:45 a.m. is an evaluation from the judges to evaluate the performance of the participant. At 1:30 a.m. is the registration for the visitors. The exhibition starts at 2:15 for the visitors. And lastly, the closing ceremony at 4 p.m. Next is an organizational structure and their responsibility. First, project director monitor the process of the project. Vice Project Director ensure the project met the objective. Secretary prepare the procedure of the project. Treasurer supervise a budget and financial statement before, after and during the project. Registration handle the registration of the participant. Multimedia and publicity advertise the event on social media. Technical provide all the technical requirement. Food and beverage manage food and drinks for the participant.
So I'll proceed for the work breakdown structure of our short photographic competition and ambition that comprise arranged revenue, task delegation, budgeting, collaborative action, task allocation, invitation and also marketing plan. Next is stakeholder list. A stakeholder is a person or entity with an interest in the business that may influence or be influenced by it. So this is the table show internal and external stakeholder of the photography competition and exhibition of stakeholder list. Next is power stakeholder interest analysis. Firstly, some stakeholders such as inviting artists, event MC, visitor and classified as a low interest and a low power group. Besides, some stakeholders are classified as a high interest but low power such as community member, facilitator, judges, accountant and also employees. Furthermore, some stakeholders are classified as a group with low interest but the high power. For instance, project sponsor, speaker and press and media. Last but not least, category of stakeholder is those who are high interest and also high power. These stakeholder include of the top management and also project director and also project manager. Next is assessment of market research. Firstly, large venue, which Mid Valley Admission Centre has proven to be one of popular venue due to its strategic location within the Mid Valley Mega Mall. In terms of facilities, the MVAC has excellent admission support facilities such as 2 press conference, VIP holding rooms and many more. Furthermore, there's no need to us to worry about accommodation while an event held because it is strategic position of many nearest budget hotel around. Moreover, there are also many public transport that can be used such as taxi, bus and easiest way to get without being stuck in traffic such as LRT and also MRT. Next is project constraint. Firstly, expensive parking fees. So we make our venue accessible to all modes of transport in a strategic location. We also offer them a reasonable parking fee and also reserve few parking for our participant. Second is target participant. So we need a good networking and also the media will also need to help in updating and delivering information in order to reach a large and diverse audience. Next is risk mitigation strategy. Firstly, involve a technical risk, which is a PA system, electrical system, and also equipment that will be used on the day of event. So rehearsal before the event must be due to make sure the event running smoothly. Second is operational risk, when the human risk mistake and purpose misbehavior like dishonesty that have been done during the competition. Third one is schedule risk. So we must manage the tentative event efficiently and be fair through the day. Last but not least is cost risk. So manage properly a project to prevent overspend or reduction in deliverables as funds are diverted from the others area to cover the increased cost. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
I will continue for the next part, which is project budgeting. This budget is estimated by the project manager along with the project management team. The first one, total estimated revenue RM 142,050, obtained from 4 different sources, which is allocation from company 30,000, sponsorship 100,000, participant fees 6,000, entrance fee 6,050. And the next one is the total estimated expenses RM 45,220. The expenses incurred in our budget is event venue rental, entertainment expenses, committee expenses, participant expenses, price, food and beverage, promotional tools, and other expenses such as printing and stationery. So the estimated profit from this budget is RM 96,850. There are 4 different packages for sponsorship. The first one is Diamond Package 30,000, Platinum Package 20,000, Gold Package 10,000, and lastly Silver Package 5,000. Our sponsorship benefit consists of exhibit space for Platinum and Diamond Package, logo placement on event materials, and logo inclusion on all email is for all package. Logo placement on stage setup is for Platinum, Diamond, and Gold Package. Personalized invitation only for Platinum Package. Announcement of sponsorship during event is for Platinum and Diamond Package. Announcement of sponsorship in newsletter and promotion on all social media is for all package. Free VIP entrance ticket, 5 ticket for Platinum Package and 3 ticket for Diamond Package. And the last one is food and beverage sponsorship is for all package. Okay, let's continue for Project 2, implementation of benchmarking during COVID-19. We are from Group 7 and this is our group members. Okay, I will start with the first part, which is introduction. In early 2020, Malaysia had reported the first case of COVID-19 on 24 January 2020. The number of cases reported increasing rapidly following large-scale resilience gathering. Policymakers, experts, and public management are often overwhelmed by the rapidity with which they need to make decisions relating to COVID-19. They lack the necessary skill to strategically assess the impact of COVID-19 on their area of expertise and decision making. The objective of the study is to identify why benchmarking should be implemented during COVID-19 pandemic. The second one, to determine the strategies used in implementing the benchmark as a measuring tool for COVID-19 performance. And the last one, to discuss the strength and weakness in implementing benchmarking of COVID-19 performance.
We continue presenting literature review, which is to identify why benchmarking should be implemented during COVID-19 pandemic. So the first one is the benchmarking tool as measurable during COVID-19. Benchmarking during COVID-19 may be quite challenging since pre-pandemic norms are no longer the norm for the majority of enterprises sector. However, benchmarking will meaningfully direct through the growth path, whether launching a new firm or merely putting the existing one back on track. The second is the importance of benchmarking in COVID-19. According to the article A Guide of Benchmarking in COVID-19, which interpret that in order to implement benchmarking, which to help policymakers, specialized and public manager at all levels of government navigate the COVID-19 crisis data. This attempt to encourage strategic thinking among these parties while measuring their own government performance using COVID-19 performance data according present and Judge 2020. Besides, it may be used for future government study. Politics experts and public manager at all levels of government who wish to evaluate their performance to COVID-19 criteria has been given advice. Strategic policy aim to enhance output and result according to Othot and Mirror 2015. The literature is to determine the strategic use in implementing the benchmarking as a measuring tool for the COVID-19 performance. In this situation, we identify strategy and policy that stated as the use of non-state elements such as private resource and volunteers has been shown to be a successful method according to 2020. This effort, there is a guest here in benchmarking performance data to aid decision-making processes is supported primarily by data resources at the national level. It is a starting point for the additional study at the other level of government. If performance data at this level is accessible. About the second point is capacity and environment, which environment measure in the COVID-19 scenarios concentrate on the proportion over the system, the greatest at the risk group and population density, which affect infection dispersion rates. The third is result and outcomes. The number of the COVID-19 tests performed by the nation is an obvious output indication, useful indicator, but it must be seen in conjunction with other metrics. Since the number of the tests is greatly dependent on the various strategy or policy adopted by the nation. The fourth point is forecasting models and open data as benchmark to achieve KPI. Advancement in forecasting and open data sources mobility analysis may help define KPI target for the things like occupancy, average day rate, and RevPAR. As a result, performance compared to a comp set seem to be a more meaningful KPI diagnostics than performance relative to a planned projection. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Our next literature is to discuss the strength and weakness in implementing the benchmarking of the COVID-19 performance. First is policy and strategy indicators. The research is to measure the Organization for the Economic Cooperation Development (OEDC) policy or innovation tracker. Strength per country initiative and innovation indicates the policy decision made by countries today can contribute to their success tomorrow. To be effective, innovative practice should be integrated across the current government operation and system such as regulatory policy, budgeting, auditing, and human resource management. Besides, there are no weaknesses that will affect or impact in this measurement. Second is output and outcome indicators. The strength must use a clear indicators of important outputs. The positive rate can become valuable metric for how well the nation are testing because it indicates the degree of testing compared to the extent of the outbreak. Countries with more broad infection must do the more testing in order to sufficiently monitor and control the virus spread. Witness show the data contingent on the strategy policy. Another strategy to check the extent of the testing in relation of the severity of outbreak would be ask how many tests a country performed to detect one COVID-19 case. Third is environment indicators. To identify these, we should know the strength of account for the special dimension increases and align with main COVID-19 dates that can take into account measurement equivalence between data sources, specifically for the COVID-19 dates performance data. The weakness of the country is as opposed to regional level data. To examine or access regional level data, someone should examine database given by each country separately, which will be the time consuming, period language, and also technology limitation. Last is capacity indicators. The strength of the capacity indicators involve nurses and medical doctors, hospitals and residential care facilities, and health spending. From the three strengths, emphasize have the clear indicator of the staff capacity, infrastructure capacity, and the financial capacity for the guiding a country healthcare system. Meanwhile, the weakness must be counting for this review, not explicit focus of type of nurses and medical doctors, not explicit intensive care beds, and not explicit focus investment type. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next, methodology. Research material refer to process of identifying, selecting, and analyzing material relevant to a specific issue. An analysis of the impact of COVID-19 on benchmarking will be carried out. It is planned to use primary and secondary data in order to learn more about the problematic company. Primary data are those that the researcher collects for the first time. Secondary data, on the other hand, are those that have already been collected or produced by others. In this article, the difference between primary and secondary data are addressed. However, we have chosen to obtain all of the information about the benchmarking in COVID-19 using secondary data. Our secondary data came from website and academic publications that were relevant to our study. This is secondary data that is easily accessible but has been subjected to numerous statistical procedures. The findings of the research will be used to explain how benchmarking can be put into the practice. Research method-wise, we intend to generate general information about the implementation of benchmarking during COVID-19. That's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
I will present the findings and discussion of the implementation of benchmarking during the COVID-19. The first is strategy and policy. Strategy and policy are implemented with the goal of increasing the output and the outcome, but it occurs depends on the capacity and environment. Strategy and policy evaluation include both the quantitative and qualitative component. It also an ideal tools for identifying the top average and poor performing countries and assessing the underlying best practice due to its quantitative nature. Second is capacity and environment. The capacity and environmental measurement are all quantitative in nature and were derived from the WHO database, such as the staff numbers, the particularly of healthcare professionals in direct contact with the patient. Lastly, the environment measurement center on two measurements that are especially relevant for the COVID-19 case, namely the share of the population over the age of 60 and the population density, which is especially important for the diffusion of the rate of COVID-19 case. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to continue with two other points of these findings. The first point is output and outcome. The output and outcome measurements are qualitative in nature. A clear output indicator is the number of tests of COVID-19 being conducted by a country. Again, this is a measurement that is clearly relevant to the context, and however, it should always be looked at together with the other measurement, especially with the concerning strategy and policy, as the number of tests is highly contingent on the strategy and policy employed by a country. Moreover, it is self-reported and data such as might be prone to measurement error derived from the different way in which test is conducted across countries. The last point is about developing a guide. The two central principles based on findings from recent meta-analysis published in Public Administration Review at the heart of the development guide. The first is for performance management to enhance our public service performance. It is important that performance data can be benched between different entities. And the second is decisions grounded in an understanding of capacity and environment, strength and weakness, and system database analysis are more likely to enhance public service performance. This principle run throughout the entire development process of the guide to benchmarking COVID-19 performance data.
As a conclusion, by implementing benchmarking during COVID-19 has a double benefit that it enables the company to both identify cost-saving opportunities to make their operation more nimble during these tough economic times and to rebound stronger than before. Benchmarking method involve identifying problem areas, choosing main competitors who succeed where a company falls short, and making the necessary adjustment. During COVID-19, data sources at the national level are primarily used to support the effort, which involve benchmarking performance data to assist decision-making processes. If the performance information at these levels of government is available, it serves as a starting point for the investigation. To sum up this report, we could say that we aspire to develop general data regarding the implementation of benchmarking during COVID-19. Simply by tracking progress and providing a clear objective to strive for, benchmarking can assist the company in improving a variety of business processes, especially in these challenging times COVID-19. Some recommendations that can be used to implement benchmarking during COVID-19, as when starting a new company or even getting an existing one back on track. To benchmark during COVID-19, the company have to always analyze COVID-19 performance information from a larger systematic viewpoint, such as examine the fact using a variety of cause and effect relationship to better comprehend the bigger system behind them. Recognize the spatial and temporal context of the COVID-19 performance statistics. This requires being aware of how indications alter over period. Other than that, it is important to be cautious when comparing performance of your own administration. Think about the measuring adequacy across the data sets, particularly for the COVID-19 death data information. The COVID-19 performance statistics are quite changing, so every company should check to see if the sources they have identified are still current or if new, maybe superior sources have surfaced. And that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.